Before, when we were doing hair restoration services in our salon setting, I literally worked on clients at least 8 hours a day. It was exhausting. I had very little time to actually work on the business. But in addition to that, when we were doing our hair restoration services in a typical salon setting, we were having to do so without being able to provide 100% privacy to those clients. As much as we tried to keep curtains closed and such, it still was not 100% private. They had to go to another room to be shampooed, and there was always a chance that someone might see them without their hair. And we actually had potential clients who would tell us that. I almost didn't come here because I knew it was a salon. So no telling how many of those clients we missed. What we bought when we purchased the licensing rights to HRI was, of course, first and foremost, the name, Hair Restoration Institute, and along with that name, the credibility and the awesome reputation that it holds. A lot of training I would have never had access to without having access to Vernon Cole, quite frankly. The other is his expertise in the area of surgical transplants. It would have taken me probably 20 years to learn what I've been able to learn from Vern in just a few short months. The reputation of the surgeons, having access for them to be able to come to my location and perform my surgeries. I would have never had access to physicians like that before. Once the decision was made to actually become a Hair Restoration Institute location, then it was very clear to me that I needed to do a business loan, which was the first time I've ever had a business loan, even though I've had a business for well over 20 years. And we decided to do an SBA loan. Without Vern's input, I'm quite sure it would have been impossible to accomplish, or it would have at least taken twice as long to complete. Because Hair Restoration Institute of DFW is a completely separate business from our salon, we have our own website in order to promote our hair restoration services and surgical procedures, which lends a lot of credibility to those services that, quite frankly, we didn't have before. Within the first 2 weeks, we started seeing additional business just because of our name and presence as being Hair Restoration Institute, and that we immediately started doing transplant consultations and transplant surgeries. I'm very excited for the future of the business. You know, anytime you start a new business, it has its difficulties, and you have your times when it's difficult. But I feel like we got to bypass a lot of that learning process because of the association with Vern Cole. Quite frankly, I can't even put a value on that. To have someone who's already been there, who's already done it, who already knows what not to do, and who already knows what you should do, that's a tremendous value. You can save yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars of mistakes by working with someone who's already been there and who's already done it, and quite frankly, who's already done it successfully.